this is Struden. In the last video, we went camping. I got a lot of engagement on that. I got a few comments. I got a lot of views. I got a couple of subscribers out of it. I'm feeling pretty good. It wasn't really planned out. I didn't really know what I was doing or where I was going with it. I just had a general idea of a concept of I want to go camping, right? So I thought this time I'd do something similar, but I kind of want to plan it out more. So consider that like a pilot episode, and this is more like episode 1. This isn't really going to be that kind of series. I just kind of want to be more consistent. We're going to be doing something slightly different than what most other people would do on an episode 1, and that is we're going to be touring an already existing world, which is the one that we are currently inhabiting. To start that endeavor, I have like all of the stuff I had while camping, and I want to see if there's anything else in here that just needs to be put away. Let's go ahead and clear out all the camping supplies. We're just gonna shift everything into my inventory, and we'll go from there. This one's like my general supplies. I'm running very low on torches. Yeah, I tend to keep these 3 bundles on me. Some of this stuff can go away into storage. I think keeping a bundle on me is a good idea. I think keeping leads on me is a good idea. These 2 I have held on to because I was doing villager stuff, but I don't really want to hold on to it right now. So normally I'd put them in, oops, this box. This is like all of the other jobs, but I want to kind of keep all the librarian stuff together. This one right here, you can see what it has in it. That's the materials I'm using to build this aquarium, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're going to first, so my idea for this video, much like go camping was just go camping, this one I just want to look around and see what needs to be done, and maybe talk a little bit about the history of this world. As a great YouTuber once said, grab your snacks, enjoy. This is a video for you to watch. You can play along if you want. The spawn point is about right here. I just want to show that you can take a world to a concrete conclusion and say this is the point at which I'm happy to let it end, to let it die, because at some point you do just stop playing whatever world you played the most in, you know? And it's usually just whenever everyone is happy or they just stop being challenged. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know? Once you play in a world long enough, there's not much to challenge you. So, this world, we started around about here. We each loaded in individually, started running off doing our own things. One of the first things somebody did was they ran over here, dug into the wall, went down, got stone. You know, the normal Minecraft stuff. I don't think it led anywhere other than to like this big cave, right? Which normally I would go up that way and leave, but I think that way got cut off at some point. There used to be, oh, maybe not. There used to be a way up right here, and no, it got covered over. So this is the way that I'd always come down this. But you would come down here, and this is where we got a lot of our early game resources. If we look down here, you can see there's water here, and then there's like lava down there. So this is kind of like the main mine that we went to find stuff. I'm not going to go down there because the only way back up is this water column that I know of, and this water column is not the safest. There's like a big dark spot like right along here, so we're not going to do that. We are just going to continue on. People play at different rates, people play different amounts. So like all of this is one player, and then like that house is another player, and that's all she's done, and that's okay. So, this is Cool Cat's project, KK World Map. Very cool. He made, this guy's a madman. He went from spawn right here, this is us, oop, and he mapped out all of this space. And it reaches all the way, I think, to his, like, industrial area. Here we are. Here spawn is. This is actually going to be very helpful for us. As you can see, I've mapped out some pathing that I want to do. This is the other thing that I want to do in this video, is I want to keep track of the things that still need to be done, need to be finished, and I need to put them into a list. So excuse me for a moment while I tab out and add them to the list. So you can see I've mapped out here a bit of a path. I kind of wanted there to be like either like a circle roundabout here or just like a natural path sort of thing going. And you can see that none of these paths are really that straight, and people don't have to follow these paths either. Like, I don't expect anyone to. Oh yeah, another thing I want to do is spawn area looking nice. So as of right now, you kind of spawn in on this little block and you just look around, and there's nothing in your like immediate like 10 by 10 area. So you just kind of have to guess where you go. My first bet would be that people would go to this building. But there's no trees here. There's no trees like that are supposed to be mined within a solid amount of area here. This cherry tree, I think we were keeping around because the bees were attached to them. So, yeah, I'll make a more permanent place for bees too. There is this big building, which is this big building right here. This is the Villager Trading Hall. Well, let's go over there. This area is one of the first big projects that we have on the server, and it's not finished. The interior is not done. I showed it minimally in the camping video. I just kind of ran through it and didn't say anything about it. But as you can see, we have villagers that are set up with their workstations. They work. I originally had plans to have like a second floor balcony sort of look down onto this area. I don't know if I'm going to do that now because these windows, I didn't originally plan on having them be flyable. But then I made these circular design on these. And I wasn't going to put ones on the sides either, but I put these little circle designs into them, and now I kind of like flying through them. So we built this pumpkin and melon farm a long time ago, like a month ago. And there's supposed to be a minecart running through here. What's the deal with this guy? Is it full? Is this box full? No. Oh, this thing's full. Why is that thing full? Oh, pumpkin got in there. It's not supposed to. Here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna toss all of these pumpkin slices on the track for this guy to offload. And when it doesn't break, it works flawlessly. So that means that we've been probably missing out on a lot of drops from this, and I don't know for how long. Usually it works pretty well. Usually it doesn't break. And I wanna show off the build too, because I was really happy with this when we first did it. And then we built this big honking thing next to it, okay, I say we. I did this. I did this big honking thing next to it, and it kind of dwarfs these two. I still like the way they look. They're a little cluttered, a little maybe over detailed. I wasn't happy about the stem on each of these, but I think that they turned out fine. Next, we're gonna check this thing, make sure it's not full. It's not even empty. What is going on? Oh, this. Oh. See, sometimes things just break, and that's okay too, you know? Sometimes your builds just break and you have to come and you have to maintain them, and that's just a normal part of the game. So in this instance, we have so much sugarcane. And what we would normally do is we'd have it filter into this, and then it would craft it into paper so that we could just come over here and grab paper. But now it seems to be working. So we're going to let this continue to run, and we'll just walk away from it. We'll try to put some kind of facade over this at some point. I don't think we're going to cure them at this point. It's just not something that's on anyone's agenda or to-do list. And the prices that they have are just going to be prices that they're set at. Adding to the list, we're not actually like adding or breaking any blocks right now. We're going to clean up random chests. Somebody just didn't want this stuff in their inventory and they put it down, and it's been there since. The idea is we're gonna clean this up. We're also gonna clean up things like that, where it's just a little piece of gravel. Continuing on with the tour, let's go back to the map board. So far, we've only looked at this amount, right? We've looked at pretty much all of this and the map. All of this is a another player's area, even the cap bridge. Probably going to leave most of this for another tour later. This right here is the community center. That's that building right there. We'll go look at that in just a second. This is Mike and Jess's house. It's got like a little horse pen next to it. This is a animal sanctuary sort of thing. We have a couple of silos out by it. That's mostly for decoration, but they also function as mud drying into clay. And it's got a little mini dripstone farm right here. And then there is the axolotl sanctuary, the aquarium. Our plans were to add an aviary, an apiary, that sort of stuff out here, I think. There's this railroad that goes to Kay's house. We won't necessarily look at Kay's house, but there's also this industrial area over here that includes... this is an iron farm. This is the creeper farm that's up in the sky right there. Out here towards the, I want to say it's south. Yeah, south. Out here towards the south, we have Cool Cat's area. I think he'd be cool with me talking about his area. He's got like tree farms. He's got like a wheat farm, potato farm, all this stuff. This was like his starter base, and then he went out way south of that and made even more stuff. Out in this direction over here, actually, this is the forest that we went camping in. So that was fun. There's also another slime farm that way. This slime farm, I think, didn't end up working, so that we might even take that out of the sight line. We might take that down. We'll go ahead and add that to the list. We are going to try our best to kind of speed run through the rest of the tour. And we might start working on like an official design for the paths, but I don't think that we're going to be able to do the whole path today. It's going to require supplies that I don't have, and I'm probably going to farm some of those off camera. So we're going to go ahead and follow this path. This path, I specifically wanted to come up onto this flat area, and maybe we'll do like a little community hub sort of thing. We'll see. We'll see on that one. Jess built this. This is the community center, or the community house and farm. Help yourself. The whole point of this build was that we wanted people to feel free to come in and just kind of use it as like a temporary living space for themselves. Please don't leave. Thank you. So to that end, we have an ender chest here right as soon as you walk in. We also have a guest book. The idea is that people would use it to their heart's content until they're ready to leave. So the idea for the guest book was from this sign. Bex is actually who built this house over here. Very pretty. Don't know where she got it from. If she built it out of her head, that's pretty sick. The idea was that we would have a guest book here in case people wanted to not have to leave signs everywhere, right? In this case, Kay, or Xander, he saw the bees that were in here. We were trying to keep bees just so that we could breed them and have bees for ourselves. He came in, saw the bees, and left this review. 5 stars. He loved it. It was great. I left this review because I put in a TV in here. I did not put in a Wii or a Wii U. So 5 stars. Obviously, it's great. Derek was here. Okay. A lot of the interiors I did. Jess did most of the exterior. I helped her with the roof a little bit just because she was struggling with the shape of it. But I wanted something that felt like a community space, right? Like I wanted there to be, if there was a kitchen staff, I wanted them to have enough space to make food for everyone as if they were feeding a group of people that were sitting around a dinner table, right? So to that end, I added, seating at this little table in case anyone wants to watch or chat with the people that are cooking. There's a couple of cooking pots. You can raise and lower it so that it gets more heat or less. I'm going to add iron pressure plates on top of these furnaces and on top of these furnaces so that it looks more like a stove. This one's kind of like a big oven, I guess, like a pizza oven. And the idea was that people could genuinely come in here and use this for their own cooking needs. And you can see that I have food in this box, I have fuel in this box, and then the rest of this is pistons that are actually extended from, I think, redstone torches or blocks below it. And that's just to make a little table to sit at. We have a pool table. This is entirely decorational. I needed something to fill this space, and I thought, I got this shown to me from Xander. He actually sent me like pictures of this, and I was like, that's sick. That would work perfectly in our community house, so I built it. And all this is it's mostly cobblestone underneath these carpets. Oops. These carpets have item frames for holding the pool balls. It's just white concrete, blue concrete, and black concrete. I wanted an 8-ball, I wanted a cue ball, and then this is just, I guess, somebody's closer to winning the game than the other person. Then we have, it's a birch sign, and a dark oak sign. So that's how you make a pool table. We have an upstairs. This upstairs isn't done yet. We'll go ahead and add that to the list. Finish community house upstairs. So that area up there is strictly for like sleeping. I might add some like personal item storage for people. Right now it's just a couple of bunk beds. The idea is that you know, 4 people could pretty much set their spawns here, and maybe, you know, I'll add some storage boxes, maybe some cobwebs, make it look like it actually is abandoned, because it pretty much is. Oh, I actually had 2 lecterns on me and I put them away at the start of this video. Dang it. And what else do we need? We'll need some cherry fences. Cherry fences and gates. And that's so that we can make a little railing along here. We might even add like a solid block right here, maybe even change those, that stair and that stair. We'll see. It's a plan. So over here is like the entertainment area. We got chairs. The idea would be that if like we were having a real movie night, we could use this to like actually watch the movie.
Oh my god.
Anywho, we have an enchanting area over here. We'll go ahead and add this to the list too. We'll make it look a little better. But we have storage for like some lapis. We have some junk items that people can use to enchant. Somehow chickens got over here. Don't know how, but they're over there. And then we have like just some basic storage for people to put things in, right? Or take from. The idea is that it's free to use. If you want to come in and take it, go ahead and take it. So that's like the community house inside. The outside looks very good. I really love how this came out. The quartz was kind of a lot to collect. Jess did all the material collecting for this for the most part. I think I did some of the wood collecting, but the quartz, I feel like we could have probably just done concrete and it would have been fine. But the thing is that at the time, I don't think concrete was even on her radar. So I respect the grind. I love the way it looks. I actually, with the shaders that I have, I really like that it's shiny. So like this right here, you kind of get the reflection off of that. I love that. You don't get that with concrete. So I think that this is a good choice. Next we have a community farm. Anyone should feel free to use this. There's overstock stuff if you need beetroot seeds, if you need wheat seeds, if somebody is just like, oopsie, I broke a bunch of beetroot and I don't actually need the beetroot, that's where all that would go. Anyone can come in here and take from this. There's also mostly potatoes and carrots. We also have a lot of melon and pumpkin area. We have a like a really thin cow farm over there. And then we have this this machine, which is supposed to breed cows together and have them drop down into this little middle section. It doesn't work too well. I think I picked a bad design, but that's okay. You know, I'm not gonna. I don't actually plan on fixing this because it does function, it does work, and it doesn't need to be added to the list. All of this is, I would say, in a done state. We have lampposts, which I think should look more like this, but we would have to spend some time decorating it, so I'll go ahead and add that to the list as well. We'll probably have to clean this up because the plan is to have this aquarium be next to like an aviary or an apiary or both. So we would need like space for bees or space for birds or whatever. This aquarium is not finished yet. The plan is to have this be like a walkthrough of like ooh, I get to see all the fishies, and then you come in and it's like, wow, you know, everything's cool. Ooh, I just had an idea. So this little center section is supposed to be the turtle exhibit. We might make this look like a turtle egg. I'm gonna go ahead and add that to the list. Aquarium. The dome also isn't finished. I talked about that a little bit in the camping trip. It's a lot of tinted glass to do each layer, and it's a lot of block placing in weird ways. And I don't actually have any tinted glass prepared for this, so we're just going to ignore it for now. Sorry if my voice has been weird up until this point in the video. I've kind of been leaning further and further back. I'm getting comfy. I recommend you get comfy too. It's a good time. It's a fun time. It's got, you know, some lighting in there. It's got some corals. I think that these are turning out amazingly. These are looking so good. The next steps for these is actually to bring fish in. So the idea is that we would put different types of tropical fish into each of these little containers, each of these little displays. And then we want a lectern in front of them that talks a little bit about the fish, maybe a sign that tells you like the name of it, maybe what it's based on in real life, you know, that sort of stuff. Some actual information, you know, use Minecraft to teach real world stuff. So in here is the turtle exhibit. At some point we will hatch at least 2 turtles in here, and then we'll have them breed to hatch more. Here's the axolotl sanctuary. Somebody broke my... I heard zombies. So I helped Jess build a little bit of this. Part that I really helped with was the this little water holder thing, and the back scales on the axolotl. These things, whatever you call that. Jess really wants a blue axolotl, but we'll see. We'll have to see, because a lot of this is going to be feeding these guys tropical fish, and that's hard to do. I think I have something in mind to help with it. This is mine in Jess's house. This was for a project that probably isn't going to happen anymore. I'll go ahead and add that to my list of things to clean up. And then the rest of this room is pretty much just stuff that we don't necessarily have space for elsewhere. We have a decorative pot. We have a little bit of decoration over here that leads into our storage room. You guys have seen this. I'll go ahead and grab these 2 lecterns for the community house, and we can go back there in just a moment. Over here we have a automatic lava filling farm. It will toggle this dispenser to shoot out a bucket, and it actually fills the bucket with the lava. Normally that's not possible in vanilla, but with the carpet mod, that's how this works. And then it drops that lava bucket down into this bottom chest, which I cannot access in FreeCam. But here you go. And then you put empty buckets in this one, and then you can kickstart the system using that button. Slobber! Everybody remember Slobber? We love Slobber. I didn't get any name suggestions for these guys, but honestly, I'm pretty happy with Slobber. I might even just give these guys related names to like Slobber. Like I could call one of these guys Gobber. Globber. Gobber and Slobber makes Globber, right? And then this guy could be like Fred or something, you know? Over here we have the smelting room. We have regular furnaces. They are mostly full of fuel. They have enough to smelt a stack each, I think. We have smokers. I don't think we really use these. We have blast furnaces. We might occasionally use these. It looks like somebody has. And then we have the mine access. So we go down here. And we have access to... Kay had a mine here. We have a mine over here. Jess kind of just went to town on this. It's so slow to go through Deep Slate. I used to be able to mine for hours. That was when it was very late stone. This is our nether access. It doesn't actually link up to our own portal. This will just go to like the main portal of the world, but we can go in here and come back out. It's a quick way up. Our nether hub is in a nether hub. I don't think that there's going to be any fixing the nether in the amount of time that I think we're going to be switching the server over to a new world. So, you know, this is kind of just a safe area for people to spawn into in the nether. So down here, ow, you can see we have frogs. They're killing the slimes. Some of the slimes are dying to the powdered snow and turning into the smaller versions, as you can see right there. And then the frogs just come and eat. They come and eat them and turn them into frog lights, and they filter down into these 2 chests. We don't need a lot of storage. We don't use a lot of frog lights. It's so loud. Oh my god. Okay. We'll just go back home. Instead of back to just the overworld home. This is like our home. But continuing on with the tour, we have the animal sanctuary. I'm really happy with how the exterior of this turned out. I did a lot of work on the exterior. Jess did a lot of work on collecting the animals and setting up the front facade. She did this building. This is nice. But I did like the little pillars, and I did the roof for her. So we've got sheep, cows, chickens, pandas, polar bears, pigs, armadillos, which are new in this update. We have frogs. We had to completely enclose them. They kept trying to get out. We have llamas. We have donkeys. We have a camel. Wait, what happened to the other camel? We had 2 camels. Okay then. Over here we have foxes. We have goats. We have bunnies. Surprised they haven't gotten out, honestly, but you know. We have sniffers. We have a double wide section for sniffers because they're so big. And then we have mules. We actually have a couple of mules. And we have a couple of wolves. 2 wolves, actually. There's another one right there. And that's the animal sanctuary. It's the same on this side. It looks pretty good. We'll come over here and check out these silos. They're pretty basic. They just have a ladder inside them. You walk in like this. There's clay. You walk up, and then we have a rail system that goes over to Kay's house and a little industrial area. So we'll go ahead and take this and kind of say goodbye to the spawn area for just a moment and come over and take a look at the industrial area. And I think this will be the last stop on our tour for this episode. After we're done with this tour, I think I will return us back to our house and we will say goodbye. And when we're back next time, we will actually start working on some of these little projects I have in a list. We have a cactus farm. It doesn't need to be that big. We have more than enough cactus for whatever we're doing. We have a moss farm right here. It goes down into moss storage, and then like a little bit of it turns into bone meal, which goes in there. This hopper timer will actually control pistons that push stone out, and then this hopper timer over here controls trapdoors that will release water, and then once they're back, it'll bone meal the ground again. I'll go ahead and just show one cycle of this. And I can actually safely shut this off right here, and all of this moss is going to go away. Now, at the end of it, there might be moss left over on top, and that's okay, because ordinarily, if it ran for another cycle, it would push all of that moss off. And then the last thing I think I want to show right now is this creeper farm, and this is one thing that I need to add to the list, is I need to add, we wanted to make an exterior for this farm, and we also want to add a couple more layers to it, I think. So that's our server. That's pretty much it. I mean, you got, a couple other people's houses. You got KK's area over there. I thought we'd get to it. We just aren't going to have time this episode. But yeah, so next time I'm back, I think we're going to start working on some of the infrastructure. I got to add the creeper thing to the list, but we're back here at spawn and it's sunsetting. And that was a day. So we'll go ahead and leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all the interactions I got on the last video. I hope that you stick around and keep watching, and that this series kind of stays a little more relaxed. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that you join me for another one. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye. Bye-bye.